Hello, this is Kyle Van Hook, and this is the second recording because I messed up the first one. Uh, we've got, I've got everything. I've got death classes, I've got a health class. I've added a background uh to the game. We have a functioning enemy enemy thing that can move and that well doesn't move but can be switched to be insta kill and regular, and has a trigger box on it. Oh, actually, where are you? Damage room. It has a box collider and it acts as a trigger. That's fine. And so does our starship. It also has a truck, box collider, and as a trigger as well. But first, before I go over that, I'd like to go over just get the polymorphism, get the object-oriented principles out of the way. So, inheritance. So first, with inheritance, we have our base app. Actually, no, this isn't it. This is our base abstracted death component. It means the abstract means that we can't touch it. It doesn't do anything other than act as a class for other child classes to basically be spawned off of. And it will only have the only thing that they will have will be this die method. It doesn't do anything. We have to actually go to our other two child classes, the death destroy here and the death recenter component, and actually tell them what we want to do on die. Obviously, in death center, it just once the enemy or person or whatever dies, they will reset back to position 0 on the map. And in death destroy, this just destroys the thing that is dying. So that's inheritance. Encapsulation is basically having all 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 the variables and all the methods that a object is going to be using all in one in piece. So like for our health component here, we have public floats for current and max health. We could add stuff for like shields and max shields and stuff if we wanted to. We have a method for take damage. We have a method for checking whether or not it's alive. We have a heal method that can be used for whenever. And we have another die that this basically pulls off of actually, yeah. This basically just allows us to insta kill it if we want to, for whatever reason. That is that abstraction? No. Encapsulation. Abstraction is kind of like breaking down the object into like a more formal place. So like for the health component, it has everything that a health would need, or we think we need for right now, like actually storing and tracking the health. And for death, it's kind of hard to say what we need death, but we have multiple death components that can tell us, hey, this when this person dies, do this, and that's abstraction. At least what my mind can think of. And polymorphism, technically, we do have polymorphism. I think there was one part that I took out, or at least made null. This part here, I don't know if I'll keep this in, but uh I just kept this out to save up on space and processing power and whatever and memory. So we have like multiple methods. They're all called the same thing, but they're all overloaded because they each have a different input that's going to be putting in, and they depending on it, they might all do the same thing. In this case, all move towards the same object, but each being each having a different input. Hey, do you want to move towards a vector? Do you want to move towards a game object? Do you want to move to the transformer, the pawn, the controller, so on. It's kind of like, but that's kind of polymorphism. You can have multiple methods that all have the same name, but might have different inputs or outputs or so on and so forth. They're all kind of overloaded. All right. What else? I guess there's that. I think I've already shown you the death components, so let's start off with death here. We got our abstract class, we got death recenter, we got death here, or death on destroy. Let's actually show that they work. Let me move this here. Yeah, all right. And we got the player's health here. Max health is 10. We got current health. Let us start move towards this, which is going to be our damage zone. We trigger and collide upon it, and we can overlap it. And we've already taken 5. Uh, let's add one more. So now we have 6. We have 1, so we'll collide. We should die the next time, and we did. And that also shows that our death repositioning also works. So that's cool. That's awesome. Our health and current max health are here, and they work. Let's go to the damage zone and see where are you. Da, da, da. All right, damage. I need to move this because it's in the way. Here we are. We have our damage on overlap, and it also has 2 things. It has a Boolean. Actually, let me show you the code for it. Damage on overlap. It has an on trigger event 2D that takes the collider 2D. It checks the health component of an object if they have it. If the health component doesn't work, yeah, if the health component does not equal null, it will continue. If it doesn't, it just won't do anything. And then checks, is the insta-kill true? If it is true, it will do all this. If not, it will just take damage, because obviously we don't want it to insta-kill. But if the insta-kill is true, we then check the death component to make sure that the object we're talking about does have a death component. If that is not true, if death does not equal true, actually, no, that should be null. Shit. All right, that should be fine. Then other health, then the other health dot die should function, and that should kill them instantly. And where are you? Let's check that and test that and make sure this actually works, and I don't have to uh, do this whole thing. Oh yeah, that still works. I just need to. That works. You can turn this on and off. You can change the damage type. Insta kill works. That's awesome. Let's go to player. No, Starship. Let's get rid of Death Recenter. Remove component. Death Destroy. Let's add the Death Destroy just so I can show you it. Show you that this works. And once we hit this, our component should be deleted out of the game. Our Starship. What the fuck? Hmm. That worked, but hmm. Where are you? That works, but that's just kind of janky. I'll have to work on. I have to check that out later. But it works. I'll probably turn off the. Anyways, it does work, but it's definitely a weirder one and probably needs to be re thought of. Come on, let me put this back on. I'm gonna try to have this on. What else do I need to talk about? Let me check. I'm sorry. All of your exchange. Oh yeah. So a collider in this case is basically like a hitbox. Actually, yeah. This is our box collider for our what the there we are. For our spaceship. Our let's go back to the damage zone. I can show you that it also has a box collider. You can tell whether or not it's a trigger. And we use this collider to basically act as hitbox. But in this case, this one isn't a this one isn't a physical object because we haven't enabled a collision on it. We just want this to act as a trigger box. And a trigger is is an object that when you touch it or when you get in its zone, it will do something. Say, or if you exit out of it, it will do something. In this case, when we touch this or overlap with it in any ways, it's supposed to do a single point of damage or insta-kill us whenever we do something. And that's how we programmed it. We could also do it so that our say we move outside this box. As long as we're inside this, we should be fine. But if we were to say wanted to add like go up, if we did like trigger exit, that would then destroy us or destroy any object that exited. So we can basically make a safe/death zone. I think. Nope, wrong thing. Player must. Insta kill. Done that. I've already. Well, I can already. The only thing I really need to explain is the background, which I made. I wanted to add something other than like the deep blue background, so it actually looks like we're in space now. That's pretty cool. And I also added these pink mist. It was supposed to be like space stardust mist using a gradient in Krita. It doesn't look that good, but it's fine. It's practice. But, this went on longer than I was hoping, but I think I got everything I wanted to show. We got the insta kill for this damage. We've got all of our starship health. It's fine. You can change it. You can change the max health, the current health. I don't think we're supposed to talk about the death test, but yeah, you can increase that, increase the health, increase the damage. It'll insta kill, and that works. Actually, let me just show it. And we got I. It goes down by 1. We can increase it using the O, and then P will just insta kill us. Yeah, I think that's it. I've rambled on enough, so I'm gonna finish this. Thank you for listening.